What is happening, folks? Welcome to Hunting with Tripler. It's pretty rare to go to a garage sale these days and find new video games, new consoles. That just seems like something that you don't see very often, right? Because most of the time people are still trying to play them. But today we break that trend wide open. Stick around.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join the chase. Yeah.
So in today's episode, folks, I went out garage selling and I wasn't looking for a lot of items, but I was looking for a lot of profit. You have to be on your game and you have to be able to let things just go and walk away, even when there might be some profit there, but not when it's gonna sit for a long time. And today I came across a very unusual garage sale. Lots of tools, lots of games, lots of electronics, I mean, just lots of stuff. Whatever was happening there, I took advantage, and I also took my time. The best part is there was competition, but I finally got there first, and it felt so good. So if you like electronics or you like video games, you are definitely going to love this one. Enjoy, folks. Good morning. Hello, hello.
Okay.
Me.
How much $4? Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You want to use pizza?
Okay, I'll let you do this.
How much is the
$10.
10 bucks?
Yeah.
And the Barbies.
Mom, the Barbies are yours. I'd do $5 on them.
$5?
Yeah. They're vintage old ones.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't know what I'm doing.
It was that plus the two games for $10. Do you want to make an offer? Do you want to do 10? Oh, the strap? Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, but.
How much are the surfboards?
Alex, how much are the surfboards?
The Firewire is 70.
Uh-huh.
And then I was going to do 50-50.
Okay. I'm gonna check those out.
Okay. Okay, no problem. You're finished? Those are hers. Yay! Do you want to make an offer? Right, I'm gonna keep. It's gonna Should I not?
Do you guys have any more video game stuff? You had a few games.
There's stuff in that bag.
Yeah. Like
I would look-
any older stuff or old con?
Or an Xbox. What is it? Not 360.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? You have any games with it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude. That's legit.
Oh, I do fire protection there, and I resell those things for $100 a piece.
That's super cool.
Hi, you.
Holy cow.
A little bonus, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I don't even know where the games are, but I have a console.
How much are you looking to get for it?
I don't know, man, $20. But
Let's do it. Take it for 20. Thanks, dude.
No worries, man.
Leather bag.
Is it dried baby stuff? Is that what it is? Or what is this stuff? It looks like it. how much you would want for the cases.
The cases?
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's all the stuff I used to make
Nothing?
some of them. So
Take
some of
take
them
it.
I can have them? Okay, thanks, because I need these too. So that one was in this one, but it wasn't the right game. All right, well, thank you. See ya. Are these all yours?
Yeah, they're all for sale.
What if I just bought all of them? What would you want for them? I'm just curious.
$30, take everything.
30 bucks?
I'll get you a box.
All right, let's do that. I'm gonna keep looking around.
¿Cuál es? ¿Ese?
¿La bicicleta esa también se vende?
Sí. Es la misma cosa.
What are you guys asking on these things?
I was trying to get 200 for all of them.
For all the video game stuff, or
Yeah.
just do they work? Is
Yes,
that
they work.
okay?
Just because of the crack screen, but they work. You know what they're worth.
Yeah. Would that include these too?
That's fine. Take them all.
All right, I could do that. You think I could snag one of these bins, or are you guys trying to keep those?
The bins we're keeping.
Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, cool, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. What's the story on this?
Anime.
All right. Sorry, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have to add this in, that was literally just for fun. But I do have to say this, it is becoming increasingly rare to go to a garage sale in Southern California and actually find video games. I've spoken with a lot of people who are putting on these garage sales, and quite honestly, all of them are saying video games. Is that what you're gonna ask? And a lot of them are saying they're getting dozens of emails days before the sale even takes place. And I understand that's a good strategy just to make sure that you can be successful when you're out there, but man, it is, like I said, extremely rare to find them. In this particular instance, I was there at like 8 o'clock and they had sold video games before that. This stuff had been there with a larger set of items apparently. And that wasn't even the first thing that I went to. As you guys could see, I walked around for quite a while and I finally stumbled upon them. So I was really happy that I found them, but it was a moment where I'm finally like, yes, I finally got there first, because again, it is becoming extremely rare to find video games out here in the wild.
Dame 20 por todo. 10. Ok. Huh? I was up earlier, didn't you? How you doing? Okay, no problem. Okay, sir. Perfect. There you go. ¿Con nivel? Todavía no lo envío de pago. Quiero 50 por eso. Es electrónico. Tengo otro por ahí.
No está el rayo descargador, ¿no?
No, no vayamos, señor. Había mucha gente para cuidar. ¿Sí?
So I got a stack of stuff. I'm gonna take all the Nerf guns, and then we started to price some of this, and then I just started adding a bunch of stuff. I just found stuff and I threw it in. So he said,
I have no idea what he wants for that.
200 for the video game stuff that I grabbed, and then I found the shoes. I grabbed a laptop.
I don't know what you want for these laptops.
He wanted 10 for this one. Okay. He told me.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Because it's a lot.
There goes the shoes.
That's all right. Those. That. Video game stuff. That.
Bunch of phones.
What is it?
It's like an internet cable tester.
Oh, okay.
So like if you're running Cat 5, Cat 9, Cat 10 stuff through a building, all that stuff down there, he said $10 or
you need about
200 for 200 for that.
210.
And then the 30 for the, yep.
Another $10 for the school computer.
Okay.
How many phones? 6 phones.
And I'm guessing they're all locked, and I'm guessing they're just for parts. But that's cool with me. That's why I want them.
Yeah.
You see him next to Paul.
I don't know, $350 for everything.
I was thinking like $300 for everything. That was the number I had in my head.
All right. Without the cat.
Without this?
I didn't want to put it out. My wife put it in there.
How about we do 320? What do you say?
320. I'll do 320.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you.
All right, so I didn't have my camera going at that particular spot, but I want to show you guys how someone who perceives something as trash or something not worth anything can be an opportunity for you. In this case, this is a Canon camera. This is an EOS Rebel, and it's in just bad shape. You can see that the moment you touch that, it's just, that part is ruined. And I think the camera, as she mentioned, there's something with it being able to register the SD card. So this, to a certain degree, is parts. However, she had two lenses, Canon lenses, and they're both fantastic lenses. This one here, and this one here, and I paid 10 bucks for this. Now I'll get parts for the actual camera. And then as far as these lenses, I think I'm gonna get close to 100, maybe even a little more than that. So, I mean, that's a win. So especially with old cameras, look for those lenses, because oftentimes the camera may not be even worth even close to what the lens is worth. And in this case, I scored because two lenses were included. Fast forward to future Nick here, looking at what we picked up this past weekend. And it's a pretty substantial amount of value. Let's take a look at the goods. Now that is where, if you looked, you'd go, wow, that's quite a bit of stuff. I would look at this Nerf stuff and say conservatively, I'm looking at upwards of $200 to $250. And I think that's really on the low end. There's so many accessories in there, so many really cool high-end Nerf guns in there, most of them in pretty good condition. And I could pull out a few of them, but look, well, you know what? Why don't we have a war? Let's have a Nerf war. Let's do that.
My weapon of choice will be the Nerf Zombie Sling Fire. I'll be aiming at a few items in the warehouse because there are so many to hit, but we'll start with a pirate ship right over there. Let's go for it.
All right, pirate ship. Let's see what you got. Okay. You guys are seeing it. It looks like I'm aiming off to the bottom right, but I'm not. Oh.
Come on, baby.
Sail or nothing. Yeah! One of the early stops of the day was this Xbox 360 pickup, which does have a 250 gigabyte hard drive. So solid. I paid 20 bucks for that. It came with a controller. And I mean, granted, the value of those have dropped dramatically, and I do have maybe this many. So I have a couple of these in stock. So really, what's one more to the pile? And I did find a couple of Barbies, and I'm not like, I don't pick these up very often. She wanted, I think I paid, was it like 10 bucks total? 5 bucks a piece? I think it was 5 bucks a piece. And then I got this Nike vest, this 2XL Nike vest. This will sell really fast, and I'm guessing something like this will sell for like 50 or 60 bucks. Decent turnaround there. I think these were probably a bad buy, but I'm not gonna lose money. It's just these weren't very desirable. I didn't really get much of this on camera, but I already talked about it really. It's the lenses that hold the most value. You can sell the Canon for parts even if it is working. And then these other accessories I can always use. Camera bag, really good shape. Solid pickup. I think I paid 10 bucks for that. These three random items, there was a garage sale over by my house. So this Judas Priest Metology goes for, I think, like 25 to 35 bucks. This I couldn't find, but just is weird and unusual, and I like that. And then this one goes for like, I think 15, and I paid $5 for all of that. And most of the footage, which included the Nerf items, came from one stop. So this is not everything, but the 2 pairs of shoes, basically you throw in some random cards, which I couldn't help myself. I'm like, okay, if there's a stack of cards, let's see what we got in there. By the way, there's nothing in there. I grabbed all of the iPhones that I could find. You kind of saw me sorting through various types of phones. I was just pulling iPhones because as far as value goes, you can get a fair return on parts only iPhones. Stack of games, the only Switch game that was in there was the Mario 8 Deluxe. Pac-Man works. I haven't tested the PS Vita because I don't have a charger for the 101-1001. Is that the number? Anyway, I don't have one, but it had a game in it, and it had the 8 gigabyte flash drive. It apparently tests Ethernet inside of a large building when you're setting up these huge networks. And then this one, I think maybe is in the same genre. I don't particularly know, but I just saw them. They looked unique, and I went for it. So
I think I'll do pretty well on them, assuming that they work, but all the electronics I've tested so far have worked. I also snagged this laptop, which actually works. I'm gonna wipe that clean. It's a MacBook Pro. That was included. And then this, which I'm trying to power on right now. I don't think I have the right power source to at least get it to boot up. It is getting a charge right now, but since it's such a tiny little cable, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to get an actual power supply for that. But that's worth some decent money. That's worth fantastic money. And then these, come on, what are you talking about? Seriously, these are just sitting there. A Nintendo Switch, which is charging right now. Let's see if we can get it to turn over. This one I think was already, yeah, this one's already up and running. Of course, I don't know yet if they're locked or not. So that was pretty sweet. Let's see, what are we dealing with here? Why? Oh, there we go. So that one is firing up. The Joy-Cons are a little funny. Oh, look at that. Got some games already loaded up. What do we got? Okay, that's solid. I'll take that. Nothing terrible. And actually there's, I mean, so far no drift. Okay, yes, drift on that one. Okay, no big deal. Let's see if we can go to the settings and brighten things up here, because this looks like it's on the lowest setting. Come on. There we go. Look at that. I got two switches at the same location.
And that was today's episode. I gotta say, finding two Nintendo Switches in one location, not only is it rare, it's never happened to me before. So I really had to kind of soak it up, and I was so pumped. I was so happy, and knowing that both of them worked was also just like the best feeling. Some of you might be thinking that the screen was cracked on one of them when you saw the footage. So it actually had a glass screen protector over top of it, and I just peeled that off and it was perfectly fine. But the person who was selling it actually thought the screen was cracked, and so that was definitely an advantage for me. Now, I mentioned earlier that getting video games at garage sales is becoming increasingly difficult to find because there are more and more resellers out here than I've ever seen before, and I've been doing this for a long time, so it is kind of an interesting thing that we're seeing. Now, what usually happens is people get into the game and they drop out really quick, or they stay in it for a while and other people drop out. So there's always kind of an ebb and flow of how many people are out there doing reselling, but there does seem to be a pretty saturated market of people out there who are investing in a reselling business, and I couldn't be happier for them, but it just means that my strategy has to change along with it, and that means when you find video games, you just gotta be really happy about it. My schedule was a little off this week just because Monday I was with my family and vacationing, so I didn't edit until actually starting yesterday, which means that the next video coming out will be Saturday, and then next week we'll get back to our original schedule. But I wanted to mention that the Mario game actually sold, and we're gonna talk about that more in Saturday's video. It was definitely a big win. I kind of want to wrap up the entire story, and I didn't want to just passively put it out there. And I suppose everyone's had their thoughts on the entire WADA thing, and I kind of want to just drop mine as well, even though most of you probably don't care about hearing the 50th person who wants to talk about WADA and heritage. But I'm just going to give you a couple of easy takeaways. I hope you guys were able to spend some time with family and friends this past weekend. Thank you guys for watching, and of course I will see you later this week. Take care.